like they're trying not to speak, and shadows curl around me in the places I feel weak. I breathe slow, letting the cold air settle in my chest. It's only in the quiet that my heartbeat finds its line. Under quiet neon, drifting, truths untangle in the haze. Memories move like smoke around the corners of my gaze. Nothing aches like a feeling you pretend you outgrew. And I'm learning how to hold the hurt without folding into two. This night knows everything I never meant to show. My footsteps paint a rhythm on the wet and empty street. Echoes drifting softly in a pattern bittersweet. I watch reflections shimmer where the midnight puddles lie, tracing every moment I was too afraid to try. I breathe slow, letting the cold air settle in my chest. It's only in the quiet that my heartbeat finds its light. Under quiet neon, drifting, I feel myself unfold, finding fragments of a softness I forgot I used to hold. Loneliness feels gentle when the night turns warm and kind, and I finally face the stories living deep inside my mind. This hush becomes a place I'm not afraid to be alone. If silence had a color, it would glow a muted gold, a tender sort of brightness for the things we never told. In this stillness I remember how to breathe without the fear, letting every hidden sorrow slowly disappear. The streets exhale around me as the darkness starts to thin, carrying every whisper I once buried deep within. I turn back toward the quiet, softened by the night, leaving quiet neon drifting in the edges of the light. The window light is trembling on the floor beside my feet, folding into shadows when my tired thoughts retreat. The night leans on my shoulders like it knows what I've been hiding, and every quiet heartbeat feels a little like confiding. I let the darkness settle gently for all I've kept undone. It's easier to feel the truth when the world has finally gone. In this window light silence, I'm unraveling slow, tracing all the places where the lonely moments go. Nothing echoes deeper than the words I never said, and I'm learning showing me the warmth that's still here despite the cost. I breathe into the silence, let it wrap me like a song, and find a place inside myself where loneliness belongs. The window light grows softer as the edges blur again, holding all the fragile parts I never learned to mend. I close my eyes and drift into the quiet I have grown, letting window light silence guide me gently home. There's a distance in the room that even breathing can't erase. Your shadow curls beside me with a softness I can't chase. The night hangs on the ceiling like it's listening for clues, and every quiet moment feels like something we might lose. I reach for what's unspoken in the spaces where we drift, hoping silence might reveal the things we're scared to live. In the midnight between us, all our echoes find a home, whispers floating gently through the places we've outgrown. And nothing's quite as fragile as the truth we're scared to face. But here beneath the dim light, I can feel its quiet trace. The night holds what we can't say in its trembling glow. Ooh. Your eyes are distant rivers running softly through the dark, carrying the memories that never found a place to spark. I move like falling water through the spaces in your view. Trying not to drown in everything I still feel for you. I reach for what's unspoken in the spaces where we drift, hoping silence might reveal the things we're scared to live. In the midnight night between us, all our shadows intertwine, shaping stories of the moments we pretended were divine. The tenderness feels heavy when the truth begins to shine. Yet somehow in the stillness, your heartbeat echoes mine. The night knows who we were before the distance grew. If your closeness had a color, it would flicker soft and gold. A warmth we lost too early, a comfort left untold. But in this quiet hour, I can almost feel it rise, like a memory unfolding in the corners of our eyes. So here we sit in silence while the night begins to sway, holding on to feelings we're scared to let display. The midnight between us softens as the moment breaks, leaving traces of a closeness that the morning never takes. Empty roads beneath me as the night begins to sigh, a fading kind of comfort in the quiet passing by. The street lamps draw their halos on the pavement where I stand, like echoes of a promise slipping slowly from my hand. I move through silent moments that unravel what I hide, letting shadows trace the thoughts I never could confide. On these empty roads and echoes, I feel pieces drift away, soft reminders of the things I never found the words to say. Nothing weighs as heavy as the truth that won't let go. And I walk beneath the city lights to feel it in their glow. Tonight the quiet knows me more than anyone I've known. My footsteps paint a rhythm only sleepless hearts can hear, a song of quiet longing made of memories I fear. The moon hangs like a witness to the sorrow in my breath, a silver thread of honesty I've carried since you left. I move through silent moments that unravel what I hide, letting shadows trace the thoughts I never could confide. On these empty roads and echoes, I feel something start to shift, like the weight of all my longing finding somewhere else to drift. Loneliness grows softer when the night begins to bend, showing me that healing doesn't have a shape or end. The city hums a lullaby I finally let in. Oh, if sorrow had a heartbeat, it would echo just like this, a trembling pulse of quiet wrapped in moments I still miss. But somehow in the darkness I can sense a fragile peace, a warmth beneath the emptiness that slowly finds relief. For the empty roads grow lighter as the skyline fades to gray, carrying the echoes of the truths I found not along the way. I breathe into the morning with the softness newly grown, leaving empty roads and echoes in the night I finally know. There's a flicker in the dark, just a soft and trembling the tender things I carry pressed against my back. Nothing breaks so softly as a truth I didn't choose. And I'm learning how to hold it without fearing what I lose. The night becomes a witness to the things I never said. To me, I let the shadow settle where my breathing starts to slow. Listening for answers in the silence as it grows. In this flicker in the dark, I feel something shift inside, like a softness breaking open where my loneliness would hide. If hope could find a doorway, it would slip in dressed as light, a faint and fragile shimmer, moving gently through the night. And though the glow is subtle, it begins to warm my chest, a quiet kind of promise, telling me to rest. The flicker slowly softens as the room exhales once more, leaving gentle traces of the peace I waited for. I breathe into the darkness with a calm that feels renewed, letting flickers in the silence guide me toward the truth. In the half-light of my room, every memory starts to breathe. Soft and trembling shadows tracing what I couldn't leave. The quiet forms a cradle for the words I kept inside, holding all the fragile truths I taught myself to hide. I feel the night uncover everything I ran from in the day, a gentle kind of honesty that doesn't look away. These half-like confessions go deeper in the dark, revealing all the places where I left my hidden mark. Nothing stings as softly as admitting what I feel, but here within this quiet, every trembling thought turns real. The night becomes a mirror for the parts I never showed. I sit beside the window as the city hums below, letting all my guarded edges loosen in the glow. The truth arrives in whispers, moving slow across my skin, unfolding like a story I was scared to let These have like confessions, spoke softly in my chest, reminding me that healing comes in shadows I repress. The silence feels forgiving when I let myself be known, releasing every secret I believed I held alone. Tonight the truth feels tender in this quiet glow. If courage had a whisper, it would sound just like this room. A faint and fragile voice unraveling the gloom. I breathe into the honesty that rises from the ache, letting every guarded memory find a place to break. These are translations. The half-light slowly settles as the moment drifts away, carrying the confessions I was brave enough to say. I rise into the stillness with a softness newly grown, leaving half-light truths behind me as I step into the unknown. Soft miles from yesterday's embrace, tracing quiet memories that time refused to chase. The city holds a softness where my shadows used to stay, a faded kind of comfort guiding me along the way. I breathe the night in slowly as the past begins to fade, leaving room for pieces of the person I've remade. These are short miles from yesterday's unwind beneath my feet, carrying the echoes of a heart that once beat incomplete. Nothing feels as distant as the pain I used to know. Yet somehow in this darkness I can feel myself let go. The night walks close behind me, whispering I've grown, whispering I passed the streets that held me when I couldn't find my ground, where silence felt like shelter from the things I never found. The memories grow lighter as I drift to where I've been, a quiet transformation moving softly through my skin. I breathe the night in slowly as the past begins to fade, leaving room for pieces of the person I've remained. a rhythm born from letting go of who I couldn't meet. And in this newfound stillness, I feel truth begin to rise, a softer self emerging in the corners of the sky. Behind me that once clouded all my view. These narrow hours linger like a shadow on my skin, holding quiet conversations with the places I've been. The night bends softly inward as my thoughts begin to rise, a hush that feels familiar in the corners of my mind. Disappear, letting every fragile memory drift gently to the rear. In these narrow hours, time moves slow around my chest, carrying the weight of things I never could confess. Nothing feels as heavy as a calm before the ache, where silence shapes the heartache I'm not ready yet to shake. The night becomes a cradle for the loneliness I keep. Table finds a softness in my hands, tracing fading stories I no longer understand. I watch them drift like smoke into the ceiling's gentle sway, a quiet transformation I was scared to let convey. I breathe into the stillness where the truth won't disappear, letting every fragile memory drift gently to the rear. In these narrow hours I unravel slow and clean, letting go of versions of myself I've never seen. The quiet feels forgiving when I lean into the dark, and all the hidden pieces start to find their missing spark. The night holds space for everything I wish to leave behind. If healing had a rhythm, it would echo just like this, a trembling steady heartbeat woven into bliss. The narrow hours guide me deeper into rest, holding every fragile feeling gently to my chest. The hours widen softly as the early light appears, felt much nearer.
Fading corners of the night, my thoughts return to me like shadows from a memory I never meant to keep. The window hums with city sounds that echo soft and low, a quiet kind of honesty the darkness seems to know. I breathe into the stillness where the truth begins to climb, rising from the quiet like a song I left behind. In the fading corners of the night, I face the words I fear, letting all the silent truths grow closer, suddenly so clear. Nothing stings as softly as the things I can't undo, and I'm learning how to carry them without collapsing through. The darkness holds me gently as the hours start to thin. I trace the fragile outline of the moments I outgrew, watching every broken piece reflect a softer shade of truth. The night reveals my edges in a light, both kind and small, a tenderness that rises when I finally let it fall. I breathe into the stillness where the truth begins to climb, rising from the quiet like a song I left behind. In the fading corners of the night, I feel myself unfold, letting go of stories that I once believed were gold. The quiet feels like mercy when I open to the ache, and all the hidden pieces find the room they need to break tonight. The night grows softer as the shadows start to fade. Closure had a whisper, it would sound just like this room, a gentle sigh of healing drifting through the gloom. I let the fading hours wrap their stillness round my chest, holding every trembling heartbeat in a slow, forgiving rest. The corners of the night dissolve as morning starts to bloom, washing all the lingering ache that filled this quiet room. I rise into the soft light with a heart that's newly bright, leaving fading corners drifting into last night's fading sight. Quiet steps in the blue, where the shadows start to grow. I trace the edges of the night and everything I used to know. The stillness wraps around me like a softly spoken truth, holding all the fading pieces of my slowly healing thoughts begin to roam, searching for the fragments of the heart I call my own.
East, west, north and blue, lead back through every aching, showing
me the places where my soul began to break. Nothing feels as tender as the truths I walk toward now.
all my fragile memories.
The night becomes a compass for the things I must release. Oh,
The floorboards sigh beneath me like they recognize my name. A ghost of who I used to be still flickers in the frame.
I move through gentle shadows where the silence feels like rain, softening the corners of a long forgotten pain. I breathe into the darkness where my thoughts begin to run, searching for the fragments of the heart I call my own.
These quiet steps in the blue guide me deeper into truth.
Unraveling the moments that once anchored me to youth, and I forgive so gently when I let the silence speak.
Feeling all the strength inside the places I felt weak.
I walk a little lighter, knowing what I'm walking through. Healing had a color, it would glow this muted blue, a softness in the shadows that reflects what I've been through. I let the quiet guide me like a whisper in my chest, trusting every fragile step to lead me into rest.
For my steps grow slower as the morning whispers near, dissolving all the remnants of the blue I used to fear. I breathe into the soft light with a calm that feels anew, leaving quiet steps behind me in the fading shades of blue.
Dust above the silence drifts like memories in the air, falling through the moment with a softness I can bear. The quiet fills the corners where my fragile thoughts reside, illuminating shadows that I never meant to hide. I breathe into the stillness where the truth begins to glow, letting all the gentle feelings find a place to show. Dust above the silence settles softly on my skin, marking every moment of the ache I hold within. Nothing feels as honest as a calm before the dawn, where every fading memory keeps quietly hanging on. The night becomes a canvas for the thoughts I never speak. Shimmer like forgotten traces past, stories made of whispers from a time that couldn't last. They rise and fall so slowly in the amber of the light, a fragile constellation blooming gently through the night. I breathe in stillness where the truth begins to glow, letting all the gentle feelings find a place to show. Just above the silence, silence softly through my chest, stirring old emotions I believed had come to rest. The quiet feels forgiving when I lean into His grace, releasing hurt that lingers in the corners of this space. Tonight, the silence shows me what I've held too tight. If healing had a shimmer, it would move just like this dust, floating in the half-light with a tenderness I trust. I let the moment hold me as the darkness folds around, finding comfort in the stillness where my quiet truths are found. The dust returns to resting as the night begins to wane, carrying the remnants of the soft and subtle pain. I rise into the silence with a heart a little clear, leaving dust above the silence, drifting far from here. Rising softly in the night, a fading little signal from a heart that's losing light. I watch the city flicker in reflections on the glass, holding on to moments I keep trying to outlast, and I breathe slow, letting quiet trace the outline of my ache, listening for whispers in the stillness I can't shake. The window breath reveals the truth I keep inside, fogging up the memories I thought I'd learned to hide. Nothing feels as fragile as the thoughts I face alone, floating in the silence, like a world I've never known. This night becomes a mirror for the softness in my chest. I trace the fogged up patterns where my fingers used to roam, drawing faded shapes of comfort from a love that lost its home. The glass grows cold beneath me as the quiet fills my lungs, a tender kind of longing from a place that's come undone. And I breathe slow, letting quiet trace the outline of my ache, listening for whispers in the stillness I can't shake. Blue window breath dissolves the truths I never said, letting all my tangled memories drift softly through shade of honesty that pulls me closer to the truth. I lean into the window as the moment settles slow, letting everything I'm holding find a place to finally go. I, oh, 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 I, ooh, blue window, breath fades softly as the morning edges near, taking all the whispered doubts I used to cradle in my fear. Oh, oh, oh. I turn away from shadows with a calm that feels brand new, leaving blue window breath in the night I wander through. Oh, oh, oh.
The night falls inward slowly, like a curtain drawn in blue, hiding all the drifting thoughts I never showed to you. The quiet leans against me with a weight I've come to trust, soft as fading echoes settling gently on the dust. I breathe into the darkness where the truth begins to hum, gathering the courage for the words that never come. As the night falls inward, I feel pieces rearrange, memories on my shoulders shifting subtly and straight. Nothing breaks so gently as the silence in my chest, where all the hidden stories finally rise to rest. The night becomes a refuge for the feelings left unnamed. A trembling lamplight flicker on the corner of my frame, casting shadows shaped like moments I still struggle to reclaim. I watch them move around me like soft ghosts of who I've been, their edges blurring sweetly as they fade back in again. I breathe into the darkness where the truth begins to hum, gathering the courage for the words that never come.
with a softness newly grown, leaving nightfall whispers drifting somewhere of their own. There's a faint light on the floor where the night begins to break, spilling quiet silhouettes of choices I didn't make. The room holds all my echoes like soft shadows drifting slow, and every tender memory lies in places I don't show. I breathe into the stillness where my heartbeat starts to speak, letting gentle truths emerge in moments that feel weak. This faint light on the floor reveals the stories I've concealed, tracing every fragile thought I never quite revealed. Nothing breaks so softly as the truths I try to keep, woven in the quiet where my feelings fall asleep. The glow becomes a witness to the ache I left behind. The shadows move beside me with a tenderness so slow, drawing lines around the memories I'm learning to let go. I sit inside the stillness as it gathers in my chest, a hush that holds the heaviness I haven't laid to rest. I breathe into the stillness when my heartbeat starts to speak, letting gentle truths emerge in moments that feel weak. This faint light on the floor uncovers pieces I've misplaced, soft reminders of the moments I once struggled to embrace. The hush feels almost healing as the shadows start to fade, revealing all the reasons for the choices that I made tonight. Tonight the dim light shows me what I've carried far too long. If comfort had a shimmer, it would fall just like this glow, a glow that warms the bruises only I could ever know. I lean into its softness as the quiet wraps me whole, letting every hidden sorrow drift gently from my soul. The faint light on the floor dissolves as morning finds its way, taking with it fragments of the night I held at bay. I rise into the silence with a calm I can't ignore, leaving faint light fading softly on the floor. Soft echo up the hall where my footsteps used to fall,
quiet kind of memory that barely speaks at all. The shadows cling like secrets to the corners of the night, holding pieces of the moments I was too afraid to write. I breathe into the stillness when my heart begins to sway, letting gentle revelations find their quiet way. Fights line, the soft echo up the hall reminds me what I've lost. A whisper of a feeling drifting slowly through the frost. Nothing aches so tender as the truths I've left behind, shaped by all the silence curling softly in my mind. The night repeats the echoes that my voice can't bring to life. I move through empty doorways where the lamplight used to glow, tracing faded outlines of the things I used to know. The quiet feels forgiving as it gathers at my feet, a rhythm in the darkness where my loneliness repeats. I breathe into the stillness when my heart begins to sway, letting gentle revelations find their quiet way. Four kicks, lines, a soft echo up the hall, unravel shadows in my chest, revealing tender stories I could never quite express. The hush becomes a harbor where my weary thoughts can land, resting in the half-light where the truth can hold my hand. Tonight, the echo speaks in ways I never could. If longing had a footstep, it would sound just like this hush, a slowly fading rhythm through a hallway painted blush. I listen as it softens into something I can bear, a fragile sign of healing floating gently through the air. The echo fades behind me as the morning starts to call, dimming every shadow that once lingered on the wall. Into the quiet with a heart that feels less small, leaving soft echoes drifting somewhere up the hall. In the dim corners of my breath, I feel the night unfold, tracing soft reminders of the truths I never told. The quiet presses gently on the weight I keep inside, a whisper of a memory I've never learned to hide. I inhale all the stillness where my thoughts begin to pool, letting
If healing had a flicker, it would glow just like this room. A faint and fragile brightness breaking softly through the gloom. I breathe into the moment as the stillness finds my chest, letting every quiet sorrow drip slowly in the rest. These dim corners of my breath dissolve as dawn appears, taking with them echoes of my long accumulated fears. I rise into the daylight life with the calm I couldn't get, leaving dim breath in the shadows I no longer must possess. These nights that speak in hushed tones curl softly around my chest, carrying the quiet thoughts I never could confess. The shadows spill like secrets on the corners of the floor, whispering the echoes of the things I can't ignore. I breathe into the darkness where my truth begins to ache, letting fragile revelations rise before they break. The nights that speak in hushed tide feel my soul unfold, unearthing buried memories that never lost their hold. Nothing feels as tender as the ache I can't outrun, shimmering in silence like a second softer sun. The night becomes a keeper of the words I'm scared to say. I'm straight to say. I trace the fading outlines of the moments I outgrew, watching all the smallest truths return in shades of blue. The quiet moves beside me with the softness near divine, cradling the pieces I pretended weren't mine. I breathe into the darkness where my truth begins to wake, letting fragile revelations rise before they break. Nights that speak in hushed tones, I loosen what I grip, letting all my hidden fears fall slowly from my lips. The silence feels like mercy when I lean into its grace, revealing parts of me I feared the world would trace tonight. The hush grows gentle as it settles into me. If honesty had footsteps, they would echo soft and slow, drifting through the quiet with a warmth I've come to know. And in this tender stillness, I find courage taking form, a fragile glow that rises in the dark to keep me warm. The night withdraws its whispers as the dawn begins to rise, fading all the hushed tones that once held my fragile time. I breathe into the soft light with a heart a shade more
the sky turns pale.
Shadows leaning toward me as the night begins to slow, reaching through the quiet like they somehow already know. They gather in the corners where my softer fears reside, tracing shapes of memories I've learned not to hide. I breathe into their presence as they settle at my feet, letting moments of reflection drift in rhythms calm and deep. When shadows lean toward me, I feel tenderness return, a warmth I didn't notice in the spaces where I burn. Nothing falls so gently as the truth I keep inside, rising in the silence like a softly shifting tide. The night becomes a mirror for the heart I try to keep. The comfort in the darkness feels like something I once knew, a fragile kind of stillness drifting soft in shades of blue. It settles on my shoulders with the weight so feather thin, like echoes of a gentleness that moves beneath my skin. I breathe into their presence as they settle at my feet, letting moments of reflection drift in rhythms calm and deep. When shadows lean to meet me, they reveal the parts I've lost, memories glowing faintly in the quiet midnight frost. The hush becomes forgiving when I let the moment stay, allowing every brittle truth to surface in its way. Tonight the shadows show me things I never meant to see. If solace had a gesture, it would move just like this night, wrapping me in whispers shaped by dim and tender light. I lean into the darkness as it cradles my unrest, letting every hidden sorrow drift softly from my chest. The shadows start to loosen as the morning nears the glass, fading with the remnants of the feelings that have passed. I breathe into the dawn with a heart a shade more free, leaving shadows gently leaning in the night behind me.
When the quiet starts to speak, I hear the truth behind my breath. gentle pulse of memories I tucked away in death. The shadows shift around me, like they're learning how to feel, unfolding all the moments I believed I had concealed. I breathe into the stillness where the truth begins to rise. A fragile kind of wisdom drifting softly through my mind. When the quiet starts to speak, the night becomes a guide, showing me the tender parts I bury deep inside. Nothing cuts as softly as the truth I can't undo, held within the silence like a fading shade of blue. Darkness feels like company for the heart I keep alone. The window hums with echoes from a life I used to crave, a distant kind of longing that the quiet couldn't save. I trace the fragile outlines of all the fears that still remain, letting them dissolve into the softness of the rain. I breathe into the stillness where the truth begins to rise. A fragile kind of wisdom drifting softly through my mind. When the quiet starts to speak, I finally feel the shift, a gentle pull inside me like a slow unfolding gift. The silence turns forgiving when I let the moment stay, releasing every sorrow that once held me in its way. Night, the quiet offers what my voice could never form. If healing had a whisper, it would sound just like this room, a low and tender murmur weaving peace into the gloom. I lean into the darkness as it steadies my unrest, letting every trembling secret rise softly from my chest. When the crying stops its speaking and the morning finds my face, I feel the night small mercy settle gently in place. I breathe into the sunlight with a heart reshaped and weak, remembering the truths I heard when the quiet learned to speak.
Falling quiet through the glass, a fragile little shimmer from a world I can't surpass. It settles on my fingers like a truth I never planned, soft and barely breathing as it slips between my hands. I breathe into its softness where the night begins to clear, letting gentle revelations drift closer to my ear. Moonlight in my hands feels like a memory lane, fading through my fingers in a silver trembling glow. Nothing feels as tender as the ache I meet tonight, dancing in the quiet with this pale and fragile light. The night shows me the pieces I've been scared to understand. I hold the fading shimmer like a promise left behind, a quiet vow of softness for the corners of my mind. It glows against my heartbeat with a warmth just like this glow, a fragile little echo in the quiet ebb and flow. I hold the fading beauty as it wraps around my breath, learning how to cherish what remains when light has left. Moonlight from my hands dissolves as morning starts to rise, taking gentle pieces of the night before my eyes. I breathe into the sunlight with a calm I understand, leaving moonlight softly drifting from the cradle of my hands. Oh, yeah. Barefoot in the quiet, I can feel the night unfold, tracing gentle outlines of the stories left untold. The floor is cold beneath me, but the silence warms my skin, a fragile kind of comfort for the ache I hold within. I breathe into the moment when my thoughts begin to rise, letting every hidden feeling surface in disguise. Oh, barefoot in the quiet, barefoot in the quiet, I hear echoes of my name, soft reminders of the shadows I could never quite reclaim. Nothing feels as tender as the ache I meet alone, shimmering in moonlight like a truth I should have known. The night becomes a harbor for the pieces left behind. Oh, my footsteps fall so softly like a memory in bloom, drifting through the dimness of my small and tender room. The quiet folds around me with the warmth I can't refuse, a gentle invitation to release what I can't use. I breathe into the moment where my thoughts begin to rise, letting every hidden feeling surface in disguise. Like barefoot in the quiet, I unravel slow and true, finding tiny truths inside the fading shades of blue. The hush feels almost healing when I let the shadows stay, guiding every fragile sorrow softly on its way. Tonight the quiet shows me what I never dared to see. If solace had a footstep, it would move just like my own, a barely whispered rhythm on a path I walk alone. And in the muted stillness, I feel softness start to grow, a quiet reassurance in the place I feared to go. Barefoot in the quiet as the morning draws in close, I breathe into the soft light that the night was meant to host. I step into the daylight with a heart a shade more bright, leaving barefoot echoes drifting in the tender arms of night. For a light, the room holds its breath as I settle in the dark, letting quiet wrap around me like a soft unspoken mark. The stillness feels familiar in a way I can't explain. A gentle kind of tension rising carefully from pain. I breathe into the moment where my heart begins into slow, letting hidden truths emerge in ways I barely know. When the room holds its breath, I can hear my spirit speak. Soft confessions in the shadows I've been holding for a week. Nothing feels as fragile as the truth I made alone, echoing in whispers through the walls I thought I'd grown. The night becomes a witness to the fear I try to keep. The lamplight draws a softness on the corners of my face, tracing faded memories I've been scared to re-embrace. The quiet feels like comfort as it gathers in my chest, a tender kind of stillness urging me to finally rest. I breathe into the moment where my heart begins to slow, letting hidden truths emerge in ways I barely know. When the womb holds its breath, I surrender to the hush, letting all my guarded feelings surface in a sweep of blush. The silence feels forgiving when I open to its glow, showing me the shadows I've been scared to let go. The stillness holds me like a truth I've long denied. If healing had a heartbeat, it would echo soft like this, a slow and steady rhythm. Wrapped in honest tenderness, I lean into the quiet as it cradles my unrest, letting every fragile sorrow lift gently from my chest. The roar I used to slow down begins to shine, the silence that I thought was only mine. I breathe into the dead, feeling lighter in my breath, leaving quiet truths behind me in the room that once held breath. There are soft traces in the air, drifting gently past my face. Memory in motion from a slow forgotten place. The room grows still around me as the shadows blend and blur, holding quiet stories of the person I once were. I breathe into the moment where the truth begins to rise. I let in gentle revelations shimmer softly through my
slowly, like it's mapping out my fears, drifting through the echoes of my half-forgotten years. The hush becomes a mirror for the truth I couldn't find, a tender kind of clarity unfolding in my mind. I breathe into the moment where the truth begins to rise, letting gentle revelation shimmer softly through my eyes. Soft traces in the air unravel tenderly tonight, showing me the corners where my heart still holds its light. The stillness turns to comfort when I let the moment stay, guiding every brittle feeling gently on its way. Tonight the traces show me what I've hidden from myself. If memory had footsteps, they would fall just like this dust, a soft and shifting rhythm in a room I've learned to trust. I lean into the quiet as it settles on my chest, feeling every fragile sorrow slowly put to rest. The traces fade to nothing as the dawn begins to bloom, taking with them pieces of the quiet in this room. I breathe into the morning with a heart a shade more fair, leaving soft and fading traces gently in the air. There's a place and I grow softer, where the quiet lingers longest, a corner in the shadows where my trembling feels the strongest. The air around me gathers all the pieces left undone, holding space for every thought I whisper to no one. I breathe into the stillness where my heart begins to slow, letting fragile revelations rise in gentle, steady glow. Ooh, where the quiet lingers longest, I can hear my true voice speak, telling me of tender wounds I carried for a week. Nothing feels honest as the truths I need alone, floating in the dim. It's like a memory I've outgrown. The night becomes a refuge for the feelings I conceal. The shadows shift like echoes of the person I once tried to be, moving with the softness that's becoming part of me. I let the silence cradle what my breath can't fully hold, learning to release the stories I repeated in the cold. I breathe into the stillness where my heart begins to slow, letting fragile elevations rise in gentle, steady glow. Ooh, where the quiet lingers longest, I unravel slow and true, letting go of memories that linger stained in blue. The hush becomes a kindness when I stop resisting it, softening the corners where
I lean into the quiet as it loosens my despair, letting every trembling heartbeat drift gently through the air. Where the quiet lingers longest, dawn slowly makes its claim, washing out the shadows with a soft and gentle flame. I rise into the morning with a heart that's learned to rest, leaving quiet in the corners where it held my tender rooms that remember me still whisper in the dark, holding echoes of a softness I once carried in my heart. Their shadows bend around me like a memory I outgrew, tracing gentle silhouettes of everything I knew. I breathe into the quiet where my younger thoughts still lie, listening to fragments I once never let survive. Rooms that remember me, I walk through who I was, feeling every silent moment settle just because nothing feels as tender as the past I meet alone, shimmering in muted tones. The night has always known these rooms tell to let others run to leave. I feel the fading outlines of the laughter on the wall, echoes from a lifetime that no longer speaks or calls. The quiet feels familiar in a strangely healing way. These rooms that remember me still whisper in the dark, holding echoes of a softness I once carried in my heart. Their shadows bend around me like a memory I outgrew, tracing gentle silhouettes of everything I knew. I breathe into the quiet where my younger thoughts still lie, listening to fragments I once never let survive. Rooms that remember me, I walk through who I was, feeling every silent moment settle just because nothing feels as tender as the past I meet alone, shimmering in muted tones. The night has always known these rooms where should I hide as I try to leave? I feel the fading outlines of the laughter on the wall, echoes from a lifetime that no longer speaks or calls. The quiet feels familiar in a strangely healing way, a low and gentle comfort from a time that couldn't stay. I breathe into the quiet where my younger thoughts still lie, listening to fragments I once never let survive. Rooms that remember me, I soften in the glow, letting every tender truth unfold and drifting slow. grows, forgiving as I greet who I became, learning how to bless the parts I hid in grief or shame. Tonight these rooms feel warmer than the self I used to be. Footsteps, they will wander just like this. Soft shadows on the floorboards, filled with heartache and with bliss. I lean into the echoes as they rise around my chest, letting all my fragile versions find a place in that faith. The rooms release their stories as the morning starts to bloom, letting every quiet echo drift gently from the room. I step into the daylight with a calmer, steadier me, leaving rooms that remember whispering softly where they'll be. As the night begins to fade, tracing quiet memories in the shapes that morning made. The stillness feels familiar in a way I can't describe, a gentle glow that gathers when my tired thoughts reside. I breathe into the warmth as it settles on my skin, letting soft revelations drift slowly from within. With slow light on my shoulders, I feel something start to shift, like a fragile hidden sorrow carried upward by a lift. Nothing aches as softly as the truth that dawn can show, unfolding in the silence where my guarded feelings grow. Pieces I believed I left behind. The room hums with the remnants of a night that tried to heal, shadows stretching gently with a tenderness so real. I let the quiet linger as it folds around my chest, a calm and fleeting sweetness urging me to finally rest. I breathe into the warmth as it settles on my skin, letting soft revelations drift slowly from within. With slow light on my shoulders, I unravel what I've kept, all the unspoken heartache held in tears I've never wept. The hush becomes forgiving as the morning opens wide, showing me the strength that's been returning from inside. Today the light feels gentle where the night once held me tight. For if comfort had a sunrise, it would shine just like this glow, a soft and solemn brightness where my weary fears can go. I lean into its mercy as it whispers through the room, learning how to loosen every piece of fading gloom. Slow light on my shoulders as the day begins to rise, carrying the remnants of the quiet in my eyes. I lift into the morning with a heart that understands, leaving slow and tender shadows drifting from my eyes. holding quiet little echoes of the things I couldn't leave. The shadows drift like stories I once carried in my chest, soft reminders of the moments when I love myself the least. I breathe into the stillness when my memories unfold like a legend, gentle visions rising, colors soft and old. The way the night reminisces brings my heartbeat to the floor, tracing faded silhouettes of who I was before. Nothing feels as tender as the truths I meet alone, drifting through the quiet like a voice I should have known. The night becomes a keeper of the parts I couldn't fade. The lamplight paints my history in a hue of muted gold, casting shadows of the feelings I was frightened to behold. I'm moving gentle silence as the truths begin to rise, a fragile kind of healing falling softly from my eyes. I breathe into the stillness where my memories unfold, letting gentle revelations rising. The way the night remembers holds a mirror to my past, showing me the tender things I never thought would last. The hush becomes forgiving as I sit within its light, letting every hidden sorrow drift gently through the night. Tonight the night remembers more of me than I have dared. If memory had moonlight, it would glow just like this room, a soft and steady shimmer breaking softly through the gloom. I lean into its presence as it settles in my chest, letting every fragile feeling rise to find its place to rest. Every the night remember starts to fade with morning's rise, leaving only tender traces glowing gently in my eyes. I breathe into the sunlight with a heart that understands, leaving nightbound recollections drifting softly from my hands. I wake to what the quiet leaves behind upon my skin, soft traces of the thoughts I tried to bury deep within. The room still feels like nightfall, though the morning starts to glow, holding on to remnants of the truths I came to know. I breathe into the stillness where my heartbeat slows its pace, letting fading revelations and settle gently into place. What the quiet leaves behind is a softer kind of hate, a memory of honesty the night refused to break. Nothing feels as tender as the truths I faced alone, lingering like embers in the dusk. I should've known the silence write a story on the edges of my mind.
slows its pace, letting fate and revelation settle gently into place. What the quiet leaves behind is a calm I didn't choose, a tenderness that lingers in the spaces shaped by blues. The hush becomes forgiving when I meet it in the light, allowing all my weary parts to loosen through the night. Today the quiet shows me who I'm learning still to be. If healing had a sunrise, it would glow just like this breath, a subtle shift of warmth that softens every death. I lean into its presence as it melts around my chest, letting every broken echo drift gently into rest. Ooh. The quiet leaves behind slowly blends into the day, shimmering in shadows that the morning takes away. I breathe into the sunlight with a heart more light, leaving pieces of the night and what the quiet left behind. In the last glow of the night, I feel the quiet settle in, a soft and trembling whisper drifting gently from my skin. The room holds on to shadows like it doesn't wanna fade, cradling all the memories of the choices that I made. I breathe into the moment where the stillness finds my chest, letting tender revelations rise and finally come to rest. In the last glow of the night, I see the truth I couldn't face, soft reflections of a self I'm learning slowly to embrace. Nothing feels as fragile as the quiet breaking through, a hush that holds a tenderness I never fully knew. The night releases gently everything I've held so tight. The echo of the darkness hums a melody so slow, moving through the corners where my hidden feelings go. I watch the fading lamplight spill like gold across the floor, a final gentle gesture from the night I cared before. I breathe into the moment where the stillness finds my chest, letting tender relations rise and finally come to rest. In the last glow of the night, I feel lighter than I've been
had a softness, it would shine just like this hour. A gentle fleeting radiance with a quiet kind of power. I lean into its warmth as it settles in my bones, learning how to carry light when darkness finally goes. And